Hello and welcome to the Temple of Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. Today is October 28th, 2020, and this is episode 117. Today we're looking at Fantastic Four Antithesis. This is the number 2 issue from Marvel. This is actually a second printing, and so I think it's got a slightly different cover, or a very different cover than the first printing, and maybe that's how they're doing things these days. Anyway, I like to just say this cover is really awesome. You're seeing Galactus devouring planets, and he is the Devourer King, so that makes a lot of sense. And I want to mention that this image is actually in the comic, not just in purpose, but it's actually the same image as taken off one of the panels here. So we'll take a look at that real quick too. If you recall the first issue, Silver Surfer has come to the Earth in the form of a meteorite, and so the Fantastic Four stop it, and then they realize it's actually Silver Surfer. Galactus has come up against Antithesis, who's a beast that, not unlike Galactus, is looking for planets to attack, and instead of devouring them, he actually enslaves and makes the inhabitants of planets into his own soldiers. So he's building a mass army right now. In the middle of this, we also have the Annihilists, which is a group of space aliens that are also trying to stake their claim in the universe. Now, the one thing I don't like about this comic, and Marvel in general, and DC's doing it to a lot, there's just a lot of ads in it, and it kind of just breaks up the story. Not so much the inner cover one, but as you'll see throughout, there's a lot of breaking up. The storytellers are Mark Waid and Neil Adams, and the inks are by Mark Farmer. Color artist is Laura Martin. So really nice job. You can freeze or pause your setup now and just read all this if you like to. It just gives you a brief overview of issue 1, and this will be a 4-issue run, I believe. It is a recommend, and so here we get that cover picture right off the bat with a little bit of narration on the side and also a Lego ad. So I don't get it. It's just like if you went to the movies and they showed you the opening scene and suddenly they went to a commercial, I think you'd feel pretty upset about it. But there they go. Then we get this nice 2-page spread. It's got the Silver Surfer on it. It's got Galactus. There's all kinds of stuff going on. And this is where he comes up against the Annihilus, who's got some kind of, like, I guess it was mentioned, garbage disposal chest. It just sucks in things. And he'll suck in the Galactus, just the armor of Galactus, making him mortal again. So that's kind of an interesting slant on this. And then we get an ad again. My God. And another ad. Look at that. We get 1 page in. So you see all this debris coming out of Antithesis. That is the debris of Galactus's armor. It's just been sucked away, and it has made Galactus very vulnerable and so much immortal. There you can see him there. Now he's just Galen, or Galen. I'm not sure how you say that. So the Silver Surfer has been rejuvenated or restored, I should say, by the Fantastic Four. He's telling the story of how awful Antithesis is and what he's bringing throughout the galaxy. And they go, well, we got to get Galactus because we need his information. And his information plus Reed Richards' information or knowledge, we could probably defeat Antithesis. We're going to have to work together on this. So it is kind of like an old-time theme, which I really like because I haven't really read any of the newer Fantastic Four for decades. I've seen a couple of the movies, and that's been about it. But this is actually real good. The drawing's real good. It's Neil Adams, of course, so... And I think because Mark Waid is working with Neil Adams, he's doing his best to bring his A game on this. Look at Galactus. He is just, or Galen, he's called Galen now. He's just kind of this weak individual. He's just so can't do anything. He's out in space, and the Fantastic Four to go out and get him. And we get another ad, Spider-Woman #5. I don't know, there's Spider-Woman #5, but this is the 100th issue of Spider-Woman, so not sure if they're keeping track of that very well. Just a lot of good action in this. Here come the Annihilists again. A whole group of them. They're able to stave them off. Just a great story and another ad. This one's for Shang-Chi, which we are going to review this week as well. But yeah, it's just annoying, these ads that just pop up. This book is a recommend. If you get the first one, it's going to be a nice story, I think, overall. It's really shaping up well. It's very consistent. One of the complaints I heard from one of the other reviewers was it doesn't fit into the continuity of the current Fantastic Four, which I agree, it doesn't. It's a standalone story, and it's just kind of like what the Fantastic Four were in the late 60s. Just a lot of fun, and it's a good story, well written. Nice job overall. But I do recommend it. Here's another ad, and then we get a to be continued as the 5 have escaped back to Earth. And here's the next issue, what the look of, I guess the cover will be. So that's it. You've taken a quick look at Fantastic Four Antithesis. Just real quick, here's some other sites that have recommended this as Comics Matters. Yeah, Totally Jake, Comic Book Hut, Kevin Street, Street Level Hero, and Toned in Entertainment. They all reviewed issue #2. A lot more did #1 as well, but they've stuck with the #2 and sound like they're going forth with it to review it all the way through the end. So as I will too. So thank you very much for stopping by. Please like, please subscribe, please leave comments. If you leave a dislike, please leave a comment why. I'd like to know. I want to get better at all this, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. And as always, this is Indie Comics Jones bidding you adieu.